All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises due to the Most High. Here we have another horrific incident, this time out of Ohio again, where a 27-year-old white man killed three black people, two sisters and another man in broad daylight at 1:30 p.m., apparently for no reason. A motive has not been released yet. Two of the girls were sisters who were about to finish med school, and another man had recently graduated from the University of Cincinnati. Now, I'm going to play this news video in which neighbors describe actually talking to the gunman who was acting suspiciously and circling the property before the gunshots rang out. Just check this video, and this is fair use for literary and commentary purposes only. Check it out.
Amazing. Being 50 yards away from a triple homicide. That's never happened to me.
It leaves you kind of speechless, and how something in a New York minute changed everything.
Well, we are learning new details about a triple homicide that left Mount Washington neighbors shocked over the holiday weekend. Police confirmed the gunman attempted to commit after the shooting. He remains in critical condition at UC Medical Center. Our Brenda Ordonez has the latest.
We're here at Good Samaritan Hospital. Tri-Health has confirmed two of the female victims worked here. Employees at a Sunoco gas station on the west side also confirmed the male victim recently worked there while attending IT classes. Now, how it is these victims knew each other and their relationship with the shooter, as well as a motive, that's still unclear. One neighbor, though, tells me a chilling encounter he had with the suspect moments before that shooting makes him believe it was premeditated.
He parked his car right there in front of our place and got out and circled the apartment building and kept looking for something, and then got in his car, drove away.
Doug Matthews says he saw the alleged gunman do that 2 more times Sunday afternoon.
I went over and asked him, was he okay? And he said yes, he was. Well, I mean, he was not unfriendly. My dog went up to him and he played with the dog for a second. And I said, well, you got a friend for life. And he said, no, maybe for a minute. And then he said, you can go now.
Minutes later, gunfire erupted from that same apartment building on Beacon Street in Mount Washington.
I hear this, pop, 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 and I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Brad Lark and his girlfriend Lisa live across the street from the scene. Brad says after the initial shots, he heard muffled arguments.
It was like a parent yelling at their child in the backyard 3 yards over. It was like,
Brad says the argument was followed by more gunfire. Police confirmed 2 women ages 20 and 22 and a 27-year-old man were killed in the shooting. We're told the women are related, but it's not clear how just yet. Officials say the gunman then turned the gun and is still in the hospital.
We were totally blown away because nothing like that happens around here.
Nathan Wells and his family live across the street from the crime scene that was taped off for hours.
Still a lot of confusion as to any kind of motive or why anything happened.
2 of the victims worked at Tri-Health. A statement from the hospital read in part, the Tri-Health family is devastated by the tragic passing of 2 cherished Good Samaritan Hospital team members. Their dedication and spirit touched everyone who worked alongside them.
A lot of sadness that the lives that were lost, they were all young, and that it happened right while I was watching. It's incredibly, I don't know. I don't have a word to describe how awful it was. Nothing does it justice.
Earlier today, police confirmed that gunman is still in critical condition at UC Medical Center. Again, a motive for this incident is still under investigation. In Clifton, with photojournalist Savannah Tyree, Brenda Ordonez, Fox 19 Now.
Brenda, thank you. That shooting was just the first of 3 shootings to happen in the greater Cincinnati area in a span of just 12.
All right, and we'll stop it there. One thing that stuck out to me about that article is on the bottom of the screen, the whole wow. It says the neighbor talked with the alleged gunman. I wonder how it is alleged when the white man actually said that he blocked several times, and then when he walked off, he heard gunshots. Now, there also that white man talks about how he watched the man circle the block, get out of the car, look for something, then circle the block again, and then again. And then the white man goes up there and talks to him. Now, if you would have called the police like you would have done if that was a black man, instead of going up there and talk to them, then maybe those productive American citizens or those students would still be alive. And there's no pictures about this individual. There's no talk about his criminal history. Only thing that we know that he worked as a gas station attendant. Now I'm going to play this other article for you that actually gives a picture of this evil human being, but yet and still they don't have any information about who he is and his past and, you know, all of the things they normally do in this type of situation. Now, mind you, this happened August 31st, and this article is from yesterday. So that's about 5 days. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot more information that has came out, but yet and still they say they don't have a motive. Check this out.
The man police say killed 3 people, then turning the gun on himself, has now died as well. Thanks for joining us here at 4 o'clock. I'm Cherie Palello.
And I'm Ashley Kirkland. This tragedy happened over the weekend in Mount Washington. WLWT News 5 anchor Chris Jacobs joins us as police reveal more on this murder. Here,
they're revealing more, and still so many unanswered questions here. That suspect being identified today is 26-year-old Samuel Erickson. Police telling us he died after shooting. Now, Erickson is accused of shooting and killing 3 people. They've been identified as 20-year-old Feven Adugna, 22-year-old Eden Adugna, and 27-year-old Bimnet Darice. This all happened Saturday in Mount Washington on Beacon Street. When police got to the scene, Darice and one of the women had already died. The other woman, along with Erickson, were taken to the hospital where they both later died. We're told Feven and Eden were sisters who both worked as pharmacy technicians for Good Sam Hospital. Both of them were studying medicine and were nearly done with med school at UC. Bimnet had just graduated from UC and received a new job. Now, police have not released any other information about a potential motive. We will keep you updated as we learn more. Chris Jacobs, WLWT News 5.
And so that article finally releases the identity of the individual, but yet and still they have not yet pieced together the insanity of it all. You know, why did this man randomly kill 2 almost doctors and another productive citizen? Now, they said that he was taking IT classes. Could it be that he was jealous of those individuals and, you know, somehow wanted to take their life? You heard the man say that there was muffled arguments. And so, you know, that looks like a diatribe or something, and, you know, him being mad at them for some reason and then shooting them several more times. Now, this last video you're going to see is about, you know, friends and family members of those individuals. I'm calling them black individuals, but, you know, they said that they are from Ethiopia, which I don't distinguish. I don't, you know, put any difference between where a black person was born and where they lived and what language they speak. To me, these are black people. So here's a little more information about those individuals who lost their life at the tragic hands of this animal, this thug, this criminal, this beast, this Neanderthal in Fort Washington, or in Mount Washington, Ohio. Check this out.
Some of the people I talked to were shaking. I was very shaken up also when I heard. I had to sit down for a while before I even told my wife, because it's impossible.
Continue our coverage of the triple homicide in Mount Washington over the holiday weekend. Police say a gunman shot and killed 3 people at an apartment building before turning the gun on. Officers confirmed the gunman was still in critical condition yesterday. Brenda Ordonez joins us live with more.
Trisha, yeah, we're right now outside of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church here on Marlowe Avenue in College Hill. This is where friends, family, and community members have been gathering ever since that incident to pray and offer their support for the lives of these 3 victims who were members of this church.
There are people basically crying their eyes out for them. Those who know them, knows them as very polite, well-mannered.
And hardworking. Community leader Araya Amsalu says the victims of a triple homicide in Mount Washington were Ethiopian immigrants whose hard work was finally paying off.
To see somebody that young just getting ready to start their life and it be cut short, it's been just emotional the last 2 days.
Cincinnati police confirmed Bemnit Duresi and sisters Aiden and Fiven Adunga were gunned down Sunday afternoon at an apartment on Beacon Street. On Monday, Fox 19 spoke to neighbors who say they saw the gunman circling the apartment before the crime.
I went over and asked him, was he okay? And he said yes, he was. Well, I mean, it was not unfriendly. My dog went up to him and he played with the dog for a second. And I said, well, you got a friend for life. And he said, no, maybe for a minute. And then he said, you can go now.
Police say the gunman turned the gun on himself after the shootings. As of Monday, he was still in critical condition. Police have not announced a motive or how or even if the victims knew the suspect.
Right now, we just want answers. You know what I mean? Like, we get answers, that's a start.
Jay Raj was friends with Bemnit Duresi.
Said he was real calm, had a real calm demeanor, sweet guy, intelligent.
Duresi graduated in 2023 from UC with a degree in biomedical engineering. A statement from his family read in part, Bemnit was a family man and a God-fearing man who would do anything for his loved ones. Bemnit just recently started a new job in Louisville, Kentucky he was excited for. He came to America for better education and opportunity. TriHealth confirmed the Adunga sisters worked at their hospital. Amsalu says they were pharmacy technicians who loved helping people.
They always see them being working hard, doing what is needed from them, and also always being polite and respectful.
Amsalu says having no answers as to why this happened is causing concern among their community.
We are all looking at them, these three young people, as our own sons and children. That's the shock we are seeing. So everybody say, how do we protect our children?
Yeah, so community members, they're working on setting up a GoFundMe to help pay for the funeral expenses for all three of these victims. Any community members that would like to help come pay their respects are invited to this church this evening as well as tomorrow evening. We did reach out to Cincinnati police for an update on that suspect and the investigation, and we're still waiting to hear back. For now, in College Hill with photojournalist Damaris Evans, Brenda Ordonez, Fox 19 Now.
All right, and so you hear the news report saying that they reached out to the Cincinnati police and they're still waiting to hear back. Now, best believe if they would have been two lily white students or three lily white students shot and killed by a black man, I mean, they would have all of the information. They would have reached out to every news agency in the book to share this story. Now, once again, I didn't even hear about this story until yesterday. The friends and the family of these individuals speak very highly of them. And so this, I think, was maybe one of those, you don't belong here type of situations. That white gas station attendant saw Ethiopians who coming over here and doing very well as a threat to, his perceived whiteness or his white privilege. But he did later die. He was not, he was in critical condition for a while. So God acted swiftly. And also he probably made him suffer for a while, for him doing that. But, once again, maybe they'll investigate this more and, let us know why this evil human being did that. What is the connection, or was this just another random act of white violence? Remember, white people came to this land and Indians were just chilling, Native Americans was chilling, in their tribes, and white people just started picking them off and, wanting to kill them and take their stuff. And so this country has a history of just random acts of violence by white people, or innate violence by white people. So rest in peace to those young, people, and prayers and condolences to their family. And, y'all let me know what y'all think about this particular story in the comments. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. Thank y'all for watching, liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And as always, Peace and blessings.